I think it was just, once we had all committed to the idea, it didn't seem difficult. It just required a lot of patience, a lot of, you just give yourself over to the idea and admit it's gonna be that long till we have a final result, but then that's fine, but then just enjoy the process and just do one thing at a time. It's, again, like all of our lives. We might have something we're aiming for, but we're living our lives day to day. So it felt no different than just, one thing after another.
A lot. I mean, it's mostly just kind of situational things, social dynamics, and just, there's very little that's like directed. We didn't take any things that happened to me and put them in the movie, but certainly, I mean, there was always kind of, Rick would ask, tell me what Mason was going through and kind of compare that to what I was going through, and use my experiences and my kind of perspective to flesh out the characters. So by the end, there's definitely, it's more or less me.
That's him up on the mountain, I like to think. Where at the beginning, that's not really him at all. The whole project was designed to incorporate the little changes we all go through. Not just Lorelei and Ellar, who were growing up, but even Patricia and Ethan, who are just, getting 1 year older, and, life's very different at, 30 than it is at 40, So it incorporated a lot of their own growth. So it was designed to incorporate that. And my own thinking, I'm not set. I'm gonna feel differently about this 8 years from now, so I look forward to how I'm feeling then that I can't say now. So it's totally unique. Most films, you don't get to work this way.
Probably the last one. I mean, that final scene was very bittersweet and just, beautiful. It was beautiful filming it out there, and that kind of, as Mason is kind of struggling to, experience whatever he's doing, it's like I was, coming to realizing that this project that had become very dear to me was coming to an end, and kind of struggling to experience that and appreciate what I had just done, so.
Yeah, it's funny, he's at a new phase of his life where he's an adult now and he's looking to his future, but something was ending. And that is a bittersweet moment in all of our lives. You realize, oh, I'm at a new place. I can't go back. And it's funny that realization comes right at, that's kind of the end of the movie too, but it's really the beginning of his mature life. So that's how life is, I guess. Well, I think the film demands that you kind of study the little moments of life, these intimate moments, if you're gonna pay attention to that. So I think I don't know if there's a single message, but it's just kind of appreciate those moments, I hope, that it is your life going by and time is kind of fleeting. And 12 years really goes by rather quickly. The older you get, time moves quicker too, so just be aware of it at least. I don't know, Ellar might have a different, I don't know, do you have a different take on?
No, I agree.
The younger person?
I agree.
I don't know, I think of time in cinema as very similar. Time is the building block, it is what cinema is. So storytelling-wise, I've always believed in structure more than plot, I think, and time is a very specific structural device of how we perceive the world and ourselves in it, and time in general. So I think a lot of my stories do find their structure and their meaning within time elements. So often it's limited time. Some of my movies have been actual real time, 80 minutes of real time. So it must be how I think. I don't know. I don't think that much about it, but it must be how my storytelling mind works. So it's where an idea like this could come from. But it feels like in the cinema world that there's a lot of room for exploration still in this area. That's where I've always been excited about film, because I felt there was different ways to tell stories, that I was trying to express things, that I had to create a new form to tell it in. So that's what I've been lucky to do a few times, I think, yeah.